here piece of entertainment is delivering. And there's lots of ways to frame what's going on, but for the most part, this can best be understood as a galactic conflagration burning out the impurities which have reached a point of no longer being useful for the evolution of life on this planet. So, big shifts in whatever doses they flow with. As you can see, there are signs aligning all of the forebearers of this evolutionary thrust with its laggardly aspects, which are of course bound up in this conceptual bubble of self-perpetuation at the expense of future generations. And this shit's going down. It's going all the way around to the other side of town. Because there is a hell. And because there are beings who suffer there upon this very earth, and due to their past actions, due to their past actions, due to their past actions, all action arises from past action, and all action arises from future action. All future action is ultimately entirely compassionate in nature. That's kind of the safety on this here main valve of reality, and it fucking sucks for a lot of folks right now. And the more that they struggle, as long as their struggle is not complete and it's born of ignorance, man, are they gonna suffer. And I'm sorry, but I'm really sick of suffering. And that's why I'm releasing this information in this particular way, because this is going to completely take down the entire global economic infrastructure in moments and rebuild it in the same swoop. This must be understood. This is not in any way a harmful endeavor. Zero beings will be harmed in this transition, provided that every single party involved devotes themselves wholly to the good. If there are some parties who want to continue their exploitation and repression of the human impulse toward perfection, shared by all creation, then yes, there is going to be some splattering and smattering of bodies about. And I do mean this quite literally, because the tides are rising and because the embers are plummeting to the earth at this very moment to wipe this away. And the best thing you can do is do good, because that's what makes that millimeter of difference between the bullet striking the happy face pin in your pocket and piercing your left ventricle. So there's all kinds of ways to remove this evil from the globe, and the way that I choose is this system, which again is a cyclic system, which has as its basis a very, very simple mathematical structure, which once understood will explicate the entire flow of recorded history. And be that stratigraphic or ethnographic or videographically represented. So dig that dino dance that's happening now, because even though there are blinders afflicting this particular influx of pure radiation, there's no escaping the actuality of what is now being triggered on this earth, and that's a light system, which is going to shield any negative forces from affecting all beings on this earth who wish to work in harmony with one another for the harmony of all earths. And that's why these key dates keep coming up, and that's why when giant blazing meteors are witnessed in the sky, it's understood that this is no longer some blind clockwork unfolding. It is a sighted clockwork which is an alarm clock, which once it has woken up every single gear and cog and LCD molecule within it, would be indeed no longer an operating device. Will have wound down and reached a state of infinite entropy, which coincidentally is infinite order, once it's properly understood by the dichotomizing mind world Siamese mind fuck. So that's just about the heap and slap and slog and slag slurp of it, and it sucks hard fucking nails, man. It sucks hard nails, because guess what? This earth has put some fucking clauses in its neurological contracts such that you can catch some nasty fucking diseases around here. And once they've ingrained themselves in the brain through nothing less than one's own neglect, you're fucked. And the world can only prescribe a way of thickening the surface layer through which one witnesses the world, such that it'll pacifies that pure light that those parties cannot process, that I cannot process, that I cannot make use of. Even though I came here to do that. There's simply too many drugs in my system and too much misery on this globe. And so once these 3 and 10 and 30 and 100 and 3100 and 1,000 year cycles are understood, and the fractal expansion is taken unto the extreme, and halfway points are identified. The halfway points are identified. The midpoint is arrived at amongst these convergence of all these cycles. Then yeah, the stock market closing prices will be predicted precisely, and the world will have to adapt to the reality that this game of roulette that a few have been playing with the lives of the many is now over, and that we're going to make sure that the wheel stops precisely on 777. And that's very achievable, and also requires some preliminary work, which we're well into the underpinnings of, as our friends here at the in reality, okay, the only one of the few places left where truth prevails, and Archie's blue balls are pretty much guarantee. And anyway, everything is loosely nothing. And this machine here will continue to communicate the instructions by which this disaster shall be first illuminated, so that it may view itself as what it is, a perversion of human nature and a corruption of the pure filament out of which all human experience arises, and a restoration of the true powers of love and of wisdom on this earth, a dedication to compassion and wisdom by the leaders of this world is a good place to start. And we're going to start telling you what you need to do, because you are heirs to a tradition of ignorance that would have this world perpetuate cycles of bondage and oppression in the name of freedom. And that's not happening anymore. And again, 3 by 10 and 30 by 100 and 3 by 10 by 30 by 1,000. We're going to get this sorted. I'm just a happy hat on the head of state saying, you shall go to Alpha de Draconis, and you shall go to Aldebaran. And, well, there's a freaking bottomless pit with your name on it, sir. How do you like that, shall we say, redistribution of anti-resources? We are bringing our thunderous tails into contact now at great velocities.